Is Joe now rolling in it after a year of being monetized? Hey everyone, and welcome to the Savvy Squaddie. In this video I will reveal how much money this channel has made in 2023 from both YouTube ad revenue and other sources. I'll also answer a few of your questions and set some goals for 2024 to help both motivate me and hold me to account. So you may have seen an advert play at the start of this video, and will probably see another one halfway through, and if you're a true fan you'll see one at the end as well, and for every advert that plays on my video I'll make a small bit of money. Now this wasn't always the case. YouTube has requirements that a channel must meet in order to be able to start earning some of the revenue from the adverts played on their videos. However, even if a channel doesn't meet the monetization requirements, YouTube will still play adverts on the videos. I hit this milestone thanks to you all towards the end of 2022, but the application is not the quickest process, and due to my own incompetence, I didn't actually start earning income properly until the start of 2023. So before I reveal the amount, I want to give some perspective to the numbers. I'm going to go through some of the analytics so you can see what it takes to make that amount of money. Starting off with the views. In 2023, the videos on this channel have garnered nearly 140,000 views with a watch time of over 11,000 hours, which is over 450 days. I uploaded 28 main videos, which did beat my goal of 26, which I set last year, but I did unfortunately fall short of my quite ambitious goal of 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2023. The channel saw a gain of over 2.2 thousand subscribers, taking it close to 6,000 as we closed 2023. Right, so how much advertising revenue did I earn with over 140,000 views this year? Well, before I reveal the number, I want to show you some of the answers that many of you guessed on Instagram when I posed the question. The amounts were varied, and I myself was surprised at how much some of you think I earned from doing this. I certainly would have loved to have earned 50k this year, but that is far from the figure. I feel like the actual number is going to disappoint some of you. Right, well here it is. With total views over 140,000 for the year 2023, the Savvy Squaddie earned just over £410 on YouTube alone. But that isn't the only source of income. In the description of many of my videos, I share affiliate and referral links. If you shop or sign up for something through these links, I get a very small commission at no extra cost to you, and some even provide you with a perk as well. On top of affiliates, some of you have also very kindly donated some money through Buy Me a Coffee or the Super Thanks option here on YouTube. I've made no money this year from sponsorships, as I've said no to the handful that have approached me. Whilst what they offer is within the finance niche, it's not a product I use and therefore would feel wrong to endorse and push on all of you. This is not to say I am against sponsorships. I will certainly do some in the future, but only with the right companies. So in total, from affiliates and your thoughtful and generous donations, the Savvy Squaddie has made £89.58p. This brings the total income for 2023 just over £500. This would actually be a bit more, but some of the affiliate rewards are still pending due to unfinished sign-up processes, but perhaps I can include that in next year's roundup. Right, that's the income, but what are my expenses? This is not something you always see YouTubers talk about when they reveal how much they have earned, but I want to be as transparent as I can. My expenses include £250 for the 5,000 subscriber giveaway, £100 for a new logo to be made up by a designer, which is yet to be released. Need to work on a few branding things first before I launch that. £10 for a domain renewal. The website is something I hope to finally get started next year. And more recently, £20 a month for X, formerly known as Twitter, premium subscription. I really want access to Grok when it becomes available in the UK, and will probably start uploading my videos to there as well. The remainder has not entered my pockets. It is being reinvested into the Savvy Squaddie in order to help it grow so it can reach and have a positive impact on more lives of serving personnel and veterans across all three services. So please do understand that if and when I do a sponsorship or share referral links, the income from these revenue streams is not entering my personal pockets, but instead is being used to invest in building the Savvy Squaddie to be an extremely valuable online financial education resource for our community. Whilst in the minority, I have had messages from people saying I'm only doing this for the money, or that I shouldn't be pushing referral links on you. This couldn't be further from the truth, and hopefully the total amount of income this page has earned this year should show you that. Because if I was in it for the money, then I would have stopped long ago when I saw that I only make a few quid per video, which takes me anywhere between 10 to 30 hours of my free time to create. If you want to learn more about me personally and what led me to starting this page, I was recently a guest on the Center for Army Leadership podcast. It's a 30-minute episode and I will link it below. If you're interested in learning who I actually am and what my role is in the army, then give it a listen. Which then leads me nicely onto answering some of your questions, and the first one being, best thing about doing your channel. Honestly, the best thing about doing this is seeing the positive impact that this channel has had on people's lives. I started the Savvy Squaddie to help our armed forces community better understand their personal finances so they can make much more informed decisions in their life, and through the comments, messages and actions of individuals, I have seen firsthand how the content I have created has positively impacted the lives of thousands. This in itself keeps me going and fills my own life with purpose, knowing that I am adding value to many of your lives. Next up, can you give more information on investing, index funds, etc. you have previously mentioned? I certainly intend to. This year I'm aiming to create more videos on the topic of investing, which should help people and dispel many myths. Is the military still seen as a career or just a stepping stone into the private industry? Honestly, I think it greatly depends on the individual and what they want out of life. You can certainly have a very fulfilled and successful career in the military, but with it comes sacrifices that won't necessarily apply to civilian careers. You can also just use it to gain some valuable experience, milk it for all it has, and move on to brighter pastures. It hugely depends on what the individual wants and isn't really a simple black and white answer. Policies on squadron funds, regimental funds always see people getting skiffed if not paid. So, as per Queen's Regs, and yes, at the time of recording they are still Queen's Regs, funds such as these are not mandatory and cannot be implemented as such. That being said, I am not against squadron subs, the PRI fund, the 1 day's pay scheme, etc. They do offer benefits that are not and should not be afforded to those who decide not to pay in, which makes sense. The issue does come when these funds are forced upon people, and a common situation is when someone gets to unit as a brand new bod and are threatened with a visit to the RSM if they don't pay into these funds. That is wrong, plain and simple. People should be properly sold on the benefits that these funds actually offer so they are able to make an informed decision and not be bitter about paying into them. Monthly statements should be released to show exactly how and where the money has been spent, further highlighting the benefits that come when paying these subs. If people don't want to pay, then of course they shouldn't be made to. Threats of discipline should not be used to coerce people into paying them, and quite simply, if they don't pay, then they don't benefit. In my opinion, the amount is often not the issue. It's the method of implementation and the lack of proper communication that has led people to resent these funds, despite the fact that they could benefit from paying into them. So, don't completely turn your nose up at them, dig deeper and learn more about how they are used within your unit, and see if you would benefit from being a part of it. Next question is about Forces Help to Buy and whether or not it's worth using if you're getting out in 2 years. I would say no, unless you have an absolutely solid plan to pay it all back in those 2 years. You cannot leave the armed forces with an outstanding Forces Help to Buy balance. There are edge cases and exceptions, but these are not the norm and should not be relied upon. In the first instance, they will take the remaining balance from your final salary, which will see you get paid less each month in your final year, or if you're entitled to a resettlement grant or any other terminal benefits, you can request they take the outstanding balance from this. Love your content, it's been a massive help. You have helped many of us. What can we do to help you? Well, firstly, thank you, and I'm glad you found value in the content I've created, and I appreciate your support. Some things you can do to help me would be to engage with my content. The way the YouTube algorithm works is that it wants people to stay on YouTube. Therefore, if it sees that a video has a lot of likes, comments, has drawn in subscribers, and has a high retention rate in watch time, then it will recommend that video to many more people. So by simply liking and commenting on my videos, and subscribing if you aren't already, is a huge help. Also, word of mouth is not to be forgotten about, and informing people of this resource will greatly help them, but will also show support for what I'm doing. There is a reason why so many content creators on YouTube always mention at the start of their videos that you should hit like, leave a comment, and subscribe. It's because it tells the YouTube algorithm to recommend this video to more people. On the financial side, using my referral links or donating via Super Thanks or buying me a coffee option is hugely appreciated and will help me expand this brand and explore the many avenues I want to take this to achieve the mission. Certainly not compulsory and don't feel obliged to do so, but it is greatly appreciated. And final question for today, what, if any, side hustles do you think would be suited to blokes and girls that are serving? That's a toughie because there are so many things that someone can do on the side to start earning some extra income. But one thing I will say is don't be fooled or sucked in when you see these adverts of people making thousands with Fulfilled by Amazon, selling you a course on how to do it, or day trading or print on demand, etc. These can be successful avenues to explore, but to actually make any meaningful amount, you need to dedicate hours upon hours of your time to make it a success. Considering a side hustle is going to eat at your free time, ideally you'd want to pick something you actually enjoy doing. Perhaps you have a hobby which you can monetize. What is your job within the military? Is there a way to market those skills and experience you've gained on Savvy Street? Whether that's through a product, an experience, education, etc. Find a gap in the market and fill it. And also, stay away from the multi-level marketing schemes. While some people are successful making cash this way, many people are not, and in fact lose money over the long term. In my opinion, it's just not worth it. A friend of mine is out in a few months because his side hustle is doing quite well. It got to the point where he had to say no to jobs because of his commitments to the army. It's at that point he decided to make the leap to Savvy Street and pursue it as a full-time job. But to build it to that point took a lot of his weekends and evenings. For a side hustle to financially contribute meaningfully to one's life requires a lot of hard work and effort. Get-rich-quick schemes are practically non-existent, and if you see people selling you one, run in the opposite direction. Just find a gap in the market, add value, and the money will follow after. Not necessarily the answer you were looking for, but hopefully provided some food for thought. Side hustles can be great, but they do require a lot of sacrifice, especially in the beginning. So, 2024, what do I have planned and what goals am I setting? Well, I am aiming to create more videos targeted at investing, and I also have a couple of important pension videos I think will be hugely valuable and put some things into perspective. I would also like to release a limited edition product in 2024. I already have an idea of what it will be, and it may sell, it may not, but I'll like to do one anyway. I'd like to be a guest on another podcast and also do some more podcast style episodes with other relevant policy leads or other SMEs on certain topics. Education officers, I'm looking at you. I would also like to give a presentation or a talk at a training establishment educating the incoming soldiers on topics of personal finance without a sales pitch at the end. However, I do also see this as a tough one due to potential clashes with certain job roles within these establishments who may perceive me as stepping on their toes, albeit they aren't actually doing anything themselves to educate the masses, but may have their egos bruised by someone else coming in and doing it. But I could be wrong. And finally, I'll set the goal again to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and you can help with that right now by subscribing. The main disruption to hitting these goals and growing the channel in 2024 is the potential deployment I might find myself on. After all, that is my main job and takes priority over this, but it could mean that I could end up being silent for many months, which would be a killer to the growth of this resource. Very open to anyone who would like to help out, contribute and be a part of the team, but full disclosure, it is unpaid. However, if you are interested, then send me an email. I just want to thank you all for supporting me this year and helping grow the Savvy Squaddie. May 2024 be even better. Did I add value to your life this year? And what was the most impactful video you watched on this channel? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. If you liked what you just saw, please hit the subscribe button up there. And if you want to see some more videos, click over there. See you soon.